Good day everyone. Welcome back to our home economics online class. So grade 8, school year 2021-2022. I am your teacher, Miss Mary Ann Fonte. This morning we are going to learn about the lesson 1, sewing tools and materials. Before we proceed to our new lesson this morning, let's answer the first activity that we have. So direction, classify the following tools if it is cutting, sewing, drafting, measuring, or marking. So I have here some tools. So the first picture is, what do you think is this? So that is a tape measure. So sa tingin nyo nak, ano kaya? Saan kaya nakabilong or nakakategorize itong tape measure? Is it cutting, sewing, drafting, measuring, or marking? So the answer is, okay, very good. It is a measuring. The next picture that we have is the scissors. Scissors is an example of what? Scissor is of course, it is a cutting tools. The next picture is the thimble. So in Tagalog, didal. So where does it belong? The thimble. Thimble is an example of sewing aids. Next picture, tailor's chalk. So tailor's chalk is an example of, yes, marking tools. And then the last picture is what we call the French curve. French curve is an example of what? That is an example of drafting tools. The classification of sewing tools and materials are measuring tools, drafting tools, cutting tools, marking tools, and sewing aids. The first tool that we have is the tape measure. Tape measure, also known as tape line. It is made of non-stretchable strip used in taking body measurements. It measures 150 centimeters in the front side and 60 inches on the other side. So this is a tape measure. The second one is the sewing gauge. Sewing gauge is a 6-inch ruler made of aluminum or stiff cardboard, with a slider used to measure small hem areas and short distances, like hem holes, seam allowance, buttonholes, pleats, and tacks. Number 3 is the ruler. Ruler is the most common measuring device, 12 inches long, used to connect 2 points in drawing straight lines. It may be made of clear plastic or shellacked wood. Number 4, the meter stick. Meter stick or yardstick. This is a 1 meter long wooden or steel stick, usually marked off in centimeters and millimeters, and it is used to measure fabric length by yard or meter. So these tools are measuring tools. The next classification of tools is the drafting. So under drafting tools we have the L square. This is an aluminum ruler with 90 degrees angle used to draw perpendicular lines and to measure off parallel lines. 2 arms are connected perpendicularly and is used to make construction lines in pattern drafting. The second one is the hip curve. Hip curve, it is a curved stick made of metal or wood, calibrated on both sides, used to form the hip line and other areas of garments that need to be curved. Then number 3, the fringe curve. It is an instrument made of flat metal or wood used to shape the neckline, the armholes, and the collar. Okay, the next is the cutting tools. Under the cutting tools is we have the shears. These are for cutting fabric, paper, and other materials. So we have the cutting shears. The blades are straight and best for cutting fabrics, usually 7 to 12 inches long. The second shears that we have is the pinking shears. This pair of shears has a zigzag edge used to cut the edge of a seam allowance of fabric that does not reveal. It is used also for cutting decorative materials. Letter C, scalloping shears. This tool has scallop blades used to cut parts of garments with series of uniform scallops. So this is an example of scalloping shears. Then number 2, we have the scissors. These are used for cutting hanging threads, excess fabrics of a seam, trimming hair, and other purposes. It may be made of plastic with metal or all metal. Number 3, we also have the buttonhole scissors. So this is an example of buttonhole scissors. These are used for cutting buttonholes. The blades have a square shape at the joint of scissors to control cutting the cloth of the buttonhole area. The fourth one is the embroidery scissors. Embroidery scissors, it is a sharp pointed scissors, usually 4 to 5 inches long, used in cutting fine delicate cloth and thread in embroidery work. Number 5 is the seam ripper. This tool is intended for cutting off stitches of a seam. Care in using this instrument is required to prevent the cloth from being damaged. Next is the marking tools. So what are those marking tools that we have? So the first one is the tailor's chalk. It is available in a variety of colors and is used to mark the fabric. It is made of hard chalk and can be removed by brushing. The second one is the tracing wheel. This is an instrument with serrated edge wheel that produces dots on the fabric. The smooth one creates a straight, solid line. Number 3 is the dressmaker's carbon paper. It is especially waxed carbon paper that transfers the tracing wheels markings to the fabric. This is available in different brands with different instructions. So we need to follow the instructions for a particular brand. Then the last one is the sewing aids. The first is the pins. It is available in two kinds, one with colored head for easy handling and the other with a small steel pins. Both used to fasten 2 or 3 materials together. Number 2 is the pin cushion. It is a cushion available in different shapes and colors, used to hold pins and needles to prevent them from scattering the place. The third one is the hand needles. These are available in different sizes and used for temporary stitches, hemming, and other sewing purposes. The fourth one is the thimble. This is a small cup placed on the tip of the middle finger to protect it from being prickled by the needle while sewing. It is made of metal or plastic. The fifth one is the threader. This is a diamond-shaped wire attached to a handle and used to insert thread through the needle eye. So those are the classification of sewing tools and materials. So class, what do you think? Why is it important to know the different tools and materials used in dressmaking? Okay, we can say that knowing the different tools and materials used in sewing will help us to be more familiar with the most common tools used in creating different sewed items that we will be doing in the future. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you and God bless everyone. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.